Sparks, Zed Key in the center circle. And we are underway from Dayton as Ball State wins the tip.
You know, one of the things we're going to look for, Dayton wants to get off to a fast start. Against Northwestern the other night, just a slow first half, couldn't get shots to fall. Made a very, big comeback in the second half. But they would like to get off to a bigger start, a better start, so they're not playing from behind this game.
Well, and there's a steal on the first trip defensively for Enoch Cheeks. And Javon Bennett unable to connect from distance, but he is just so active and he's just relentless. And so is really all 5 of those Dayton Flyers out there. It's a different look here for 24-25.
Yeah, it's a unique team because not very many teams have what you would consider 4 lockdown defenders on the perimeter. And this Flyers team has 4 guards that take pride in their defense that can really lock the other team's guards down. So that's why they want to rely on their defense on the perimeter.
Ethan BRITTAIN-WATTS got a good look on the other end, but unable to capitalize. And here's Zed Key backing down Peyton Sparks, freshman, all freshman, rookie, freshman of the year in the MAC, second team All-MAC, goes to Indiana, and now he's back. And Zed Key rocking the rim here to start this game.
Well, and that's going to see, it's good to see Zed Key do that from a pick and roll to the basket, because usually Zed Key's so strong posting up, but he does not have a strength advantage against Sparks. But what he does have is that quickness advantage. Pull Sparks out to the perimeter, make him move a little bit.
Great defense by Javon Bennett. Takes it away from Hill. Key wants another hammer. He's got one.
We talked about it. That's what Dayton wants. They want to turn you over on one end. They want to get out transition and get some easy ones on the other end. Right there, another steal that led to an easy dunk for Key.
Well, and it makes sense why he's shooting 75% from the field in his first 2 games, because he's getting dunks like that one.
He knows what his strength is. His strength is around that basket. He's an explosive jumper, strong finisher. He doesn't do what is not his strength. Sticks around that basket, finishes well.
Mickey Pearson Jr. unable to connect as Ball State still looking for their first points. Enoch Cheeks crossover, book it.
Yeah, Enoch Cheeks is playing on a different level this year, playing with extreme confidence, looking like he wants to be that go-to guy.
Dayton right now 3 for 4. Ball State hasn't hit a shot and is now 0 for 3 of the Cardinals as BRITTAIN-WATTS unable to convert. Nate Santos, he had 16 points and 6 rebounds. Got into foul trouble against Northwestern, but his team was really strong in coming home. Great save by Cheeks. Malachi on the reverse.
Ooh-wee. You know what I love? There's 2 things I love about that. Obviously, we love the athletic finish. It shows that Malachi is healthy this year, but more importantly, the athletic save. Enoch Cheeks, he saved a turnover, made an athletic hustle play, led to a basket.
We got a travel by Peyton Sparks. One thing early here, Brooks, Anthony Grant's squad, they are doubling Peyton Sparks every time he touches the basketball.
And they need to, because he is a handful down low. He's not somebody that you want to just leave isolated individually in the post, because he's very good post finisher, left-hander, good right over the right shoulder, left-hand hook. They're not taking any chances. Get that basketball out of his hands.
Jeremiah Hernandez has come in. He's guarding the ball. And also checking in, Ben Hendricks. Here's Malachi Smith, kick in the corner. Santos, triple, no. Flying in was Smith, and it's lost out of bounds. It'll be Ball State basketball.
Well, you love the hustle play. Even there, Malachi Smith making an attempt at the offensive rebound, just couldn't come up with it. Now, if you see Dayton picking up in full court, Coach Grant's staff, they like to do this. They won't always trap out of it, but they'll show full court because they want to keep you off balance, because you don't know when they're going to trap you. A little token full court pressure.
Ethan BRITTAIN-WATTS able to calmly bring it up the floor there. Started his career at Boston. Like mentioned, injured last year. Gets his first start for the Cardinals as Hill, tough 3 straight on, misses it. Cheeks the other way, had it knocked away, got it back. Missed the shot, but there's Zed Key, and he is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
One or 2 things are going to happen soon. Either Ball State's going to get a timeout to try to calm their team down, or we're going to get to the media. But either way, Ball State is going to have to adjust their game plan. They're playing right into the hands of Dayton. We talked about it. Dayton has really good perimeter defenders. Every possession so far for Ball State has led to a one-on-one isolation play. That's not going to lead to high efficiency against these defenders. Ball State needs to probably slow it down, try to get some post touches, get Dayton rotating, and then get some good looks out of that. They're just going to go one-on-one. It's going to be a long night.
First change in the game for the Dayton Flyers. Posh Alexander checks in for Malachi Smith. Zed Key, after making the first, cashes in on the second. He's been outstanding from the line in his first now 3 games, as he is 15 of 17 from the stripe, as he'll go to the bench. And Amayo Latong will come in, a center from France.
Well, another thing that Dayton likes to do in this full court pressure now, as you see, they're looking to trap this time just to keep teams off balance, but it also wears you down. Northwestern the other night kind of handled their pressure in the first half, but over time it wore them down, and Dayton was able to turn them over in the second half and lead to some easy transition baskets.
Off the air ball on Pearson, misfiring. Hernandez right there and gets bumped by Enoch Cheeks. As you see the foul, he'll shoot 2. Now this is one of the 6th-year players for Michael Lewis's squad. And boy, Brooks, it is amazing the amount of players for Ball State that are in their 6th year, as the Cardinals, they got some experience.
They do, and they're going to need it tonight, because right now Dayton came out hot, crowds into the game, started the game off with a 10-0 run. Inexperienced players may fall apart, may rattle, playing in front of 13,000 people. This Ball State team is full of veterans. This crowd and starting down 10-0 is not going to make them quit.
Hernandez, though, able to get him on the board. Here Santos is fouled by Jamari Hill. And we go to break. So far, so good for the Dayton Flyers. On top by 8 early. Zed Key having fun at home.
To truly embrace the fine life, you must learn to let go. Bienvenidos a la vida más fina.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One Bank guy?
I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
Aren't you in the Hall of Fame?
And didn't you live in space?
What's in your wallet?
There is no right if I know to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can't even see, get into your imagination.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun to drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait, turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KTB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's big, it's back, and it's only $6. Get the big box y'all love today. And this holiday season, you can order a Cajun-style turkey at your local Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
This Friday,
Home sweet home. Welcome back, Chief. The North Pole has been taken.
see the film critics are calling an instant holiday classic.
Santa Claus has been kidnapped?
We're questioning all the usual suspects.
The Headless Horseman?
Whoever took Nick is not of the natural world. Oh my God. Is my face still there? That was so embarrassing.
Red 1, rated PG-13, only in theaters Friday.
Dayton Flyers on top. And this is a series that goes all the way back to 1921, 1922. That season, yeah, January 14th, over 100 years ago. Brooks, I know for Anthony Grant, he's hoping that this game is a lot different than what it was 7 years ago, even with a W.
Right. No, absolutely. And Coach Grant couldn't have asked for a better start in this head-to-head matchup. You know, it's all about scouting and game planning. A lot goes into this. Ball State had 45 paint points in their most recent game, along with 19 offensive rebounds. What that tells you is that they are dominant inside. Coach Grant knows that. That's why they came out double teaming. They're trying to force everything to the perimeter because they know their strengths on the inside. Ball State's going to have to figure out how to get to their bread and butter, which is on the interior.
After Posh Alexander missed one from in close, Dayton gets another steal. Latong wants a three and left it on the front rim. Ethan BRITTAIN-WATTS out of Indianapolis, Indiana. 40 starts at Boston. Trying to get his Cardinals a bucket as Hill attacking. And the rebound to Jacob Connor, a transfer from Marshall.
It was a great block by Latong. I mean, he got beat kind of on a little pick and roll action. Got beat downhill, but great recovery. Showed his athleticism there, 7-1, going up above the rim to get that shot block.
A foul against Mason Jones. Jacob Connor toes the stripe.
Jacob Connor was a great pickup for Dayton. Came from Marshall. At Marshall, he was kind of forced to play on the perimeter. Actually played a lot of point guard. Very comfortable on the perimeter. But he's starting to figure out how you earn more minutes. This team is pretty loaded. So how can you come in here and earn minutes? Yeah, you can knock down shots, and that's what he's known for. But he's starting to do the little things. Run the court, finish around the rim, make hustle plays. That's how you steal minutes when you've got a loaded roster like this.
Really exciting day for the Connor family as Jacob's little brother signed on the line as he'll play his basketball at the next level at Wright State, just across town.
And congratulations to the parents, because they haven't been paying for school. I know they're as happy as anybody.
Here we got a change for Ball State. Wansi Gorcito into the game in the number 4 jersey. Here's Hendricks, who got fouled by Javon Bennett. He'll be at the line. Brooks, we've played over 5 minutes. Ball State still looking for their first field goal.
Dayton's defense have been relentless, and even when those defenders, those primary defenders have gone to the bench, as you see Javon Bennett just picked up the foul trying to swipe at the basketball, even when the primary defenders went to the bench, the reserves have come in, and they've still played defense at a high level. They're rotating, they're communicating, contesting shots. That's the sign of a good team, the team that's showing growth. Can you sustain the level, high-level basketball being played when you have to go to your bench?
Hendricks able to knock in both free throws. So for the Cardinals, that's the only way that they've been able to get on the score sheet. Dayton 4 of 9 from the field. Ball State 0 for 6. Amael Latong, 7'1", tallest player in Dayton history. He'll give to Malachi Smith, get it back, and score at the rim.
You know, the staff, we talked about it before, the staff is so high on Latong. They've actually, have said in terms of just individual skill, he might be the most skilled big coming into Dayton from day one. Now, got a lot to learn, got to put on some weight, those kind of things, but just feel and skill coming into this, this lineup, he's got a chance to be a great one. As you see here, he just sets a good pick and roll, good feel, good catch and go, then finish for 2.
Sets really good numbers when looking at his first 2 games. And he's getting the feel of the college game, and Ball State comes up empty again with Hernandez. And Cardinals now back on the ball. Just an elite defender and Mickey Pearson Jr. Santos able to run it down though. 11 to shoot. Posh Alexander looking to get to the rim. Cross-court pass. Smith, a triple. Yes!
Wow. What unbelievable vision by Posh Alexander to throw a cross-court snap pass one hand and hit Malachi Smith right in the pocket, the shooting pocket. Didn't make him reach for it. Hit him right in the hands. Malachi Smith was able to catch in rhythm and knock it down. Great pass by Posh Alexander.
Oh, it's a backbreaker for Ball State. That was excellent defense for 30 seconds, and then Smith just cashes in on a 3. Hernandez guarded tightly by Smith. And that's off the mark. Ball State just can't find the bottom of the net. Nate Santos, he was fouled. He'll shoot 2.
The Ball State offense, the reason they're struggling, there's not a lot of movement, right? Player movement, ball movement. There's neither of those. Not a lot of screening. Dayton is too good defensively to just think you're going to square them up and go one-on-one. That's not going to happen. And then you see here in transition, Nate Santos recognized he had a smaller player on him. Attacked the basket, was able to draw the foul.
Dayton a year ago, NCAA tournament team beat Nevada, lost to the 2 seed in Arizona. Ball State 15 and 16, 7 and 11 in the MAC. This year picked to finish 7th. For Dayton, they were slotted in at 2nd with the A10 preseason poll.
You know, Alex, another thing, when you're trying to upset a team on the road, a lot of things have to go your way. You've got to make shots. You've got to have somebody with a standout performance. But another thing you want to try to do is get the home team into some foul trouble. But you can't do that unless you're attacking the rim. Right now, Ball State's settling for a lot of jump shots, no real post entries, playing right into the hands of the Flyers.
Connor called on the foul. Musa will check in for UD. Another one of the Flyers freshmen.
And when that freshman figures it out, he's going to be really good. A lot of individual talent, high skill set, just learning how to be effective on this stage, at this level. But when he puts it together, he's going to be impactful.
Ball State still has yet to score a field goal. 0 for 8. Peyton Sparks, double team, had it ripped away by Smith. The Flyers out and running. Jacob Connor, he was fouled. And it's all Dayton right now, Brooks.
Yeah, it is. And what you're seeing, too, is, yes, they're double teaming as soon as, get it in the post. But what they're also doing is double teaming from different angles. Sometimes they're coming front side. That time you saw Malachi Smith come from the baseline side. Was able to get in there, didn't see him coming, was able to get his hands on the basketball, created fall loose. And then, of course, what we talk about, Dayton wants to cause turnovers. And once they cause those turnovers, try to turn those into points. Get out in transition. This team wants to fly.
Michael Lewis sort of frustrated. He didn't like the start the other night against Franklin College. And they've been slow getting out of the blocks here in their first 2 games. Make it 3. Meanwhile, Jacob Connor cashing in from the foul line. Has played his basketball at Alter High School, just a couple miles down the street. And he was so excited to see his brother win a state title on this floor a year ago. And congratulations to Brady. Ball out of bounds, and that will lead us to a break. The Dayton Flyers by 15. All Dayton here early.
To truly embrace the fun life, you must learn to let go. Bienvenidos a la vida más fina.
One great idea can change your life.
Fridays, it's an all-new Shark Tank with guest shark Todd Graves, founder of Raising Cane's.
I love that entrepreneurial drive, and I live it every day.
Shark Tank, Fridays on ABC and stream on Hulu.
You got the tickets?
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Gail, look at your little boo. What happens?
On the Saturdays.
Okay, you got to be careful, okay?
I know.
Hey, let's get you off your feet. We're going to get your Medicare prescriptions delivered.
Get help with your Medicare prescription right in your neighborhood.
There is no right final to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can you see? Get into your imagination.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Ever since I tried Hidden Valley Ranch, I finally found what I've been looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch. Only serious about flavor.
He's been through a lot.
We'll get there. It's okay. You're safe here. Come on. No hurry.
Story for Ball State, and Michael Lewis trying to figure things out as this group from Muncie just really slow out of the gate. But Brooks, 3rd season, this is Indiana through and through. Was a really solid player for the Indiana Hoosiers. He's got a lot of experience. He's been around.
He's been around. He's seen basketball at the highest of levels. Right, it's going to take some time to continue to build, especially in this new era. Everybody talks about it, the NIL, transfer portal era, getting some consistency, building culture. That takes time, but he's going to get it turned around. But what I will want to see is how is he going to make an adjustment before this game gets too far out of hand. Maybe look to see some type of pressure, maybe some zone, but he's got to give Dayton a different look because right now they're picking them apart.
Peyton Sparks, can they get him going?
They're trying.
Can they get Jermaine Hill going? They just need a bucket, and it's going to be a shot clock violation, and that will drive a coach nuts, Brooks.
It will, and that's after a timeout, that's the first possession, and that's what you get. And what's unfortunate about it, they actually had a look. I mean, that was a nice skip pass. If he would have just been ready to catch and shoot, he could have got a nice look, but instead put it on the ground.
Joey Hart, Indiana product, and played last year at Kentucky. Only saw 7 games for the Wildcats. Oh, Zed Key from the attic.
Yeah, and the finish was nasty above the rim, but how about that pass? Malachi Smith sometimes seems to have eyes in the back of his head. You just never know if he sees the rolling defender or the rolling teammate. That time, of course, Zed Key rolled. Malachi put it right in a spot where only he can get it. Finish for 2. Now look at this, just a lob, put it right where only Zed Key can get it. Great catch and finish above the rim. That guy can get up there.
Malachi Smith. He connected with Zed Key the other night on a crucial alley-oop late in that win against Northwestern. Hill trying to get to the bucket. Enoch Cheeks in the way. And we got a whistle and a foul. Be interested to see who this is on. It was on Malachi Smith, who came for the help. It was Enoch Cheeks, like a blanket. This is excellent defense.
Yeah, and he forced him into a tough shot. Malachi Smith came over for the help. Didn't have to reach there. That would have been a tough finish even if he was able to convert it. But again, we talk about it. Lack of ball movement. Lack of player movement. Ball State just doesn't have a lot of action going, and you just aren't going to be successful long-term against this Flyer team if you're just going to try to beat them one-on-one off the dribble. They're just too good defensively on the perimeter. You've got to get them moving. You've got to screen them. Got to make some type of adjustment.
Good news for the Cardinals, 5 of 5 from the foul line. The bad news is 0 for 8 from the field. And the announcer's jinx. I got to look at Fat Hill and say that's on me. 16-point lead for UD. Flyers were down 13 in that first half to Northwestern. Nate Santos, bounce, Key, another jam.
Yeah, I mean, Dayton right now is getting anything they want. They're literally just getting into the paint. And then when there's a roll, Ball State right now, their weak side and their rotations, it's just not there. So the pick and roll is wide open.
No match for Zed Key right now. 4 of 4 from the field. As Peyton Sparks will be at the line. A whistle coming from Ahmad Musa. And, well, 4 for 4. If every shot's at the rim, this is an easy game, Brooks.
Easy money. But back on this end right here, that's the first defensive breakdown we've seen when the basketball went into the post. The double teams have been timely. They've been on point. That time, the double team was just a little bit late. Once Sparks touched it, and he's talented. So once he gets going to the rim, not a lot you could do.
Very talented. He's had an excellent career at Ball State. Unique situation in playing for the Cardinals, transferring to Indiana. Only saw 24 games a year ago for the Hoosiers, averaged about 7 minutes. But I know he was frustrated in that first game from the foul line against Georgia State, but he was able to come back in a big way against Franklin College, was 9 of 12 from the stripe. And here, able to knock into.
Yeah, and he's listed at 6'10", 265. No chance he's 265. But he's pushing 280. That's a big fella.
Zed Key finding Enoch Cheeks, missed it, and a rebound to Hill. Is this the trip that the Cardinals are able to convert? Hill threw it away. Malachi Smith on the steal, gave it to Musa, and the ball knocked away, and it will stay with the Flyers.
Well, and you see the veteran Malachi Smith talking to the young fellow, continue running. Musa kind of stopped in transition. It was a 2-on-1, just assumed that he wasn't going to get the basketball, kind of slowed up, almost led to a turnover.
Ben Hendricks comes in. Brooks, you made quite the difference your freshman year here at UD, but how long and how tough is it trying to adjust to the college game?
It takes a while because the main thing that takes, as you see, a nice baseline drive and kick, but the main adjustment that takes the longest is adjusting to the speed of the game. You just can't tell how fast it is, and the size and the physicality. You just can't tell, and you can't simulate it till you get out here. And the only way you can get used to that is by reps, game reps. You get a little bit of that in practice, but it's real live reps when the lights are the brightest. So it's going to take some time. I personally didn't get really adjusted to it until about 7 or 8 games into my freshman year. It took a while.
Anthony Grant really excited about his freshmen in Latong and Musa. Here's Hernandez, had an excellent year last season at Indiana Southern. Misses, though, another one. As Cardinals still looking for that field goal. Gosh, it's shocking that we've played almost 11 minutes.
We need some stat checkers. Hold on, what's the record for longest start of a game without a field goal? We're 10 minutes in, almost 11 minutes in. They literally do not have a single field goal right now. But I give credit to Dayton, though, man. Dayton is locked in defensively.
Here, Brittain-Watts had it knocked away by Posh Alexander. The transfer from Butler gives the cheeks.
That's what this Dayton team wants to do. It sounds like a broken record, but that's because that's exactly the game plan. Turn them over on one end, get up and out in transition, get an easy 2 on the other.
Dayton right now just hanging on the rim. They have had so many dunks here early. Meanwhile, Hill unable to convert. Another chance here for the Cardinals. Hernandez in and out. A couple good looks there for Ball State, but still empty on offense. 0 for 11. Santos might want to check that rim on both ends. That one lips out.
You know, the one thing that's a little alarming for Ball State right now, I'm almost seeing defeated effort, a lack of effort right now on the pick and rolls. There's just no urgency, scrambling, talking, communicating. It's almost like they feel like this game is already out of reach.
Enoch Cheeks crossover, trying to dump it off, and a steal by Brittain-Watts. Alexander the other way, and there is going to be a field goal.
There it is.
And goaltending as Enoch Cheeks got it on the square.
Yeah, and it was an unnecessary goaltending. That layup was going to be missed. He left that short, Enoch Cheeks. Now, you don't want to beat him up on that. You see right now, that ball was going to be left short. Enoch Cheeks kind of bailed him out with the block attempt. But what you real reward, you're excited about Enoch Cheeks' effort and hustling back and trying to make a play on the basketball.
Posh Alexander had it knocked away. The Dayton Flyers by 16. Is off and running from the 9-3-7. And Enoch Cheeks flying high.
Man, we can't buy a bucket.
You know what you do when your team can't buy a bucket.
You gonna say buy a bucket of Corona, huh?
No.
Your bucket, Mr. Manning?
Oh, who ordered this? Give me this.
You think you slick. You're not slick.
I got you this lever right here. Yeah.
One great idea can change your life.
Friday's Shark Tank is all new.
That's the American dream right there.
With guest shark Todd Graves, founder of Raising Cane's.
I want to be on a team with you.
Emmy-winning Shark Tank Fridays on ABC and stream on Hulu.
You got the tickets?
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Gail, look at your little boo. What happened?
On the Saturdays.
Okay, you gotta be careful, okay?
I know.
Hey, let's get you off your feet. We're gonna get your Medicare prescriptions delivered.
Get help with your Medicare prescription right in your neighborhood.
There is no life alone to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can't even see, get into your imagination.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Ever since I tried Hidden Valley Ranch, I finally found what I've been looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch. Only serious about flavor.
At Morgan Stanley, old school hard work meets bold new thinking. Partnering to unlock new ideas, to create new legacies, to transform a company.
Basketball in the offseason. This guy right here, 23 and white, Zed Key and Brooks here early on. Almost 2.5 games in, he is not disappointed.
Well, and he does everything that you need your big man to do. And kudos to him, because obviously all eyes were on Zed Key as he was filling the shoes of Deron Holmes, who was one of the greatest players to put on a Flyer uniform. And he's answered that call. He's been extremely efficient. He's been reliable in the post. He stayed out of foul trouble. He's finishing at the rim. He's doing everything this squad needs him to do. And most importantly, because of his high-level play, Isaac Jack is available tonight if needed. He could have played, if, you know, for the Flyer fans that are listening, Isaac Jack could have played tonight, but because Zed Key has been so efficient, there's no chance, there's no point of rushing Isaac Jack back. Zed Key's just been everything the Flyers would hope he would be.
Zed Key leading Dayton, but on the bench here. So he's the only player in double figures. 5 to shoot here. Javon Bennett's got to let it go. We'll give to Latong. And he misses, but Posh Alexander on the spot. No. Nice job by Hill to get in there. But Alexander, he won't go away. He is such a pest. And, well, shows you why he led the Big East last year in steals.
Yeah, that young man is a lockdown defender as well. But I'm going to give Ball State some credit. You saw a little bit of fight there, a little bit of urgency. That basketball was loose, and a couple of guys were fighting for it like they wanted the possession. It's going to take a lot of possessions like that to chip away at this lead.
You know, for Coach Lewis, he played for Bob Knight. That energy, that toughness, and he was probably in that huddle saying, guys, we got to get after it. And they get a stop, they get a score. Jamari Hill able to convert from the mid-range.
Well, and if they're going to get back in this game, he's going to be a big part of it. Hill likes to put that basketball in the hoop. Averages 17 points a game. He's been kind of quiet so far. Maybe that first jumper can get him going.
Latong, Cheeks. 16 points and 6 steals his last time out. And he's filling it up right now as he's got another mid-range jumper.
Yeah, and he did it off the bounce. Just a little bit of wiggle there. He did the same thing earlier, was able to knock it down. You're just starting to see him get more and more comfortable with his role offensively.
Hendricks called for goaltending as they were saying that that ball was still in the cylinder when he tried to jam. And for Ball State, just a tough break here as you see the drive by T.J. Birch. First time I've called his name. Wow, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that was a bad call. That ball was clearly out of the cylinder.
Birch had a really good game in their victory against Franklin College. Javon Bennett, some penetration. A floater off the mark. Hendricks got it, but taken away by Bennett. And you see Alexander, you see Bennett. These guys, if you bring that basketball down, Brooks, you're in some trouble. You got a clock issue.
Yeah, they just didn't get reset on the rebound, but yet. Oh no, they reset at 2.4. My apologies, but yeah, that's what I thought. He hit the rim. Yeah, they had to get the shot clock reset to 24 seconds. But yeah, like you talked about, man, just a lot of quick hands by these Dayton defenders. And after you get the rebound, you don't secure it, they're going to come from behind and try to tip it away.
Posh Alexander. He has started pretty much every college game. It's kind of crazy. Comes to Dayton and he started game number 1, but he's been off the bench for the last 2. Another big pickup to go along with Key and Connor. All 3 of them out there on the floor now. Bennett, penetration, finds Santos, 3 to shoot. Nate dumped it off, and Zed Key left it short. However, he was quick to find it, and a rare miss, but he'll be at the line here to shoot 2.
So that possession right there is the one thing we talked about the Ball State is missing. Player movement, passing movement, just great offense for the Dayton Flyers as they shared the basketball, penetrate, making the extra pass. As we get now, Zed Key with a rare miss. That's first. I mean, he typically finishes those, but he was able to finish, followed up, and get to the line.
Joey Hart is going to return for Ball State. Malachi Smith will replace Posh Alexander. Oh, there you see Zed Key, a really strong and solid career. And I think it says a lot about Anthony Grant. They went hard at Key in the first go-around, recruiting him out of high school. It didn't happen. He goes to Columbus. But when he had the option, enters the transfer portal, Anthony Grant gets another shot, and he didn't miss.
Listen, if there's one thing that everyone knows that Coach Grant and staff can do, and that's recruit. They don't miss very often recruiting in terms of bringing in the right kind of talent. Right there, Ball State made Dayton pay. Dayton was aggressive defensively. That was the first time that Ball State broke the pressure and attacked it on the other end and got an easy look at the rim.
We got a whistle and a foul on Hill as he was holding Malachi Smith. This is a huge 5-minute stretch for Ball State as you see the basket here by Fat Hill. If they can get a run, Brooks, they can get right back in this game.
Oh, this game is far from over. I mean, if they're able to chip away, put together a few runs, 4-0 runs, 6-0 runs, and before you know it, get this thing. The goal for Ball State right now is to get this thing to 10 or under by the half. That's their goal, but there's still plenty of basketball left for this team.
Malachi Smith really excited to see that 1-and-1 go down. His play has been outstanding. But the one thing that he's sort of struggled on here early in the year is at the charity stripe, just shooting 41% coming into the night. Nothing but nylon on those 2 attempts. And now Dayton wants to call a timeout. (31-13) as the schedule. Dayton Flyers will be back here on Spectrum News 1 a week from today as UD will welcome in New Mexico State. And Brooks, it's kind of hard to believe, but basketball season back, and these Flyer fans, they love it. And they were eating it up the other night, and they're got another sellout here this evening.
Yeah, that's one thing, and that's why I chose to come here. That's a big reason why. I mean, it's been like that for a century. Dayton just loves their basketball. They support it. I want to say, was it the 60-some plus sellouts? And
it's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm biased, of course, but to me, no better place in America, in the country to play. They definitely support their team.
13,000 strong. And TJ Birch, freshman. This is fun for him. And that's an excellent way of breaking a press as he's going to be at the foul line here, shooting 2.
Yeah, make them pay. I mean, handle the pressure in the backcourt. Then, of course, you're always, if you handle in the backcourt, you're always going to have the numbers advantage in the front court. And that's when you attack the rim. And this is the best way to come back. Attack the basket, put pressure on Dayton, make free throws, earn points while the clock's not moving. That's how you chip away at this thing. The only way to do that is to be aggressive and attack the rim.
Now the Flyer faithful, a nice round of applause for Isaac Jack, making his first appearance in the 2024-2025 season. It comes after what was 33 games strong a year ago off the bench.
And that's a great sign for the Flyers. Jack is such an important piece. He did a great job backing up Holmes last year. He's going to have a similar role in backing up Key this year, just coming into being solid, kind of that rim protector. He did a great job of that last year. So they're going to work him back, get him back in game shape, find him some minutes. But he's going to be important in this Flyer squad.
Malachi Smith trying to find him. Jack on the floor. How about that, Brooks? You coming into the season and you're in a dog pile.
Hey, that's part of his game. He's kind of that gritty junkyard dog kind of player. He's not afraid to mix it up.
Malachi Smith, you got to be ready at all times.
You do.
Or number 11 in white. So the arrow stays with the Flyers. Seven to shoot. Malachi right to the rim.
And that's a great drive by Malachi Smith. Strong baseline drive, finish at the rim. But if you're Ball State, you're trying to come back. You can't just watch Dayton drive to the rim and not rotate or help or contest at the rim. Make Malachi make a play. Just allow them to lay it in.
BRITTAIN-WATTS working on Bennett. Fade away.
Tough
It's
shot.
good.
Yeah. Tough shot. Got deep into the paint. Used his size advantage. Took his time. Nice little pivot. Turnaround jump shot. Much needed basket.
Had a really strong performance against Georgia State. It was 3 of 6 from 3. Cardinals have not made a three-point shot yet here tonight. And Dayton just won. Both teams sort of struggling from distance as Michael Lewis, hoping his group is able to make some noise here before we get into the locker room.
You can see one thing for sure, that Dayton, they are going to shoot three-pointers. They've got a bunch of guys that are capable shooters. But last game against Northwestern, they came out shooting too many three-pointers. Right, so this game you could tell that they've made a concerted effort to get the basketball inside, play to their strength, which is defense and transition. Take the open ones when you get it, but just don't force too many threes up, as you saw right there. Get to the basket, nice little roll by Jack, finish for 2.
Birch in and out. And here comes Malachi Smith, the engine to this Dayton offense. Alexander, extra pass to Cheeks. And he's going to drive it, pull up in the lane. That's what you're talking about, Brooks.
That's it right there. Posh Alexander could have fired up the shot. Enoch Cheeks definitely could have fired up the shot because he was open, turned it down, got to the basket where that's his strength. Was able to finish for an easy 2.
Hendricks out of Ontario. Gives to BRITTAIN-WATTS. Birch guarded tightly. Able to get out of the double team. Floater, no. Hendricks tips up. And Posh Alexander came down with it for a second. Loose ball. And another jump ball. No, it comes out to the Flyers. Oh, I gotta check that basketball. Alexander, penetration. Did he travel? He did. Timeout on the floor. Dayton, their largest lead, thanks to Isaac Jack. Flyers in control.
Man, we can't buy a bucket.
You know what you do and your team can't buy a bucket.
You gonna say buy a bucket of Corona, huh?
No.
Your bucket, Mr. Manning?
Oh, who ordered these? Give me this.
You think you slick. You not slick.
I got you this lever right here. Yeah.
You got the tickets?
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Gail, look at your little boo. What happened?
On the Saturdays.
Okay, you got to be careful, okay?
I know.
Hey, let's get you off your feet. We're going to get your Medicare prescriptions delivered.
Get help with your Medicare prescription right in your neighborhood.
There is no right final to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can't even see, get into your imagination.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on an efficient CR-V hybrid, spirited Accord hybrid, sporty Civic hybrid, and the all-electric Prologue. Don't wait. Turn your dreams into reality with a new Honda, named KBB.com's best overall EV and hybrid brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Ever since I tried Hidden Valley Ranch, I finally found what I've been looking for.
Oh my gosh.
I know. How is this stuff so good?
Hidden Valley Ranch. Only serious about flavor.
It's big, it's back, and it's only $6. Get the big box y'all love today. And this holiday season, you can order a Cajun-style turkey at your local Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
He's been through a lot.
We'll get there. It's okay. You're safe here.
Vinny Grant has got to be pleased with the way his group started this game. They held Ball State without a field goal for the first 11 minutes. And Brooks, you see the numbers of Coach Grant, and well, it seems like every stop, he's a winner.
Yeah, flat out. I mean, he gets it done wherever he goes. And you know, everybody, we all know the story, the 2020 season, the what-ifs of that season, you know, when he was National Coach of the Year. And COVID shut the world down, but a lot of what is with that squad is Dayton a potential national champion. But Anthony Grant he's got a system. He knows what kind of players he wants to go after. He's got an amazing staff, and that's why things work here. And being able to do that at his alma mater, I know he loves doing it for these Flyer fans.
Well, he spent a couple of years with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he knows what it takes to play at the next level, and he is starting to crank them out now. And the likes of Tumani Kamara and what he was able to do in Portland last night, Obi Toppin, and then Deron Holmes most recently as a first three for Ball State. Mickey Pearson Jr. able to knock it in.
Yeah, big answer. Big answer coming out of that timeout. And that's one thing they're going to have to do. They're going to have to make some shots. They're going to have to get some stops and make some stops. Make some shots and get some stops.
Enoch Cheeks is fouled. Coming up at halftime, Curtis Jackson and Mary Lee Melendez will run down the day's news headlines and the latest weather on the ones from meteorologist Joe Astolfi, plus first half highlights and stats.
We got to shout out the impact that Malachi Smith continues to have on this Flyers team. Everybody knows, well documented, the injuries he's dealt with over the last couple years. Got hurt first possession of the season last year, missed the entire season. But before he got hurt, his freshman year, Malachi, most efficient point guards in the country in terms of assist to turnover ratio. He's picked up where he left off tonight already with 9 points, 4 assists with no turnovers.
Well, and a lot of Flyer fans would argue that if he doesn't go down against Richmond in the A-10 tournament, that squad has got a great chance of playing in March Madness. But he has been efficient here tonight, as he has been a stat stuffer, perfect from the field, 9 points and 4 assists. Meanwhile, Hill has been quiet. Their top scorer, able to get to the line here, is Isaac Jack. It's going to be called on the foul. Brooks, how do you get Jamari Hill going?
You're going to have to continue to get the basketball in his hand. How do you get him easy looks? Maybe in transition. Put him in some pick and roll action. Because right now, everything is going back to an isolation one-on-one play where he's got to work too hard to create. Right? When he's your best player, he's averaging 17 points a game, and you're doing it against a team that's locked in defensively. How can you make it easier on your best player? Right now, just isolating him is making his job too hard.
You see the journey there for Hill, as he was on a really good South Plains squad a year ago that went to the Elite Eight at the JUCO level. They're 32-3. Just trying to bring that winning to Muncie. Nate Santos pick and pop. Cut off baseline by the transfer from Portland and Juancy Gorcito. Malachi Smith, 10 to shoot. This is Posh Alexander. Three-pointer, in and out. He thought he was hit, but Ball State gets some free throws, and then they get a stop. Percy Jr., no.
But you'll take that if you're Ball State, right? How are you going to get easy looks? We keep talking about it right there. Push out in transition, a skip pass, one extra pass to reversal to a decent look in the corner. You got to take good looks when you can get them.
Well, and it's important to know, Pearson Jr.'s got the lone three for the Cardinals. Although he struggled here off the start of the season, they're really confident in his shot. Enoch Cheeks misses, but Malachi Smith able to run it down. Finds Cheeks for an easy one.
Hustle play, right? Dayton right now, they're up 20, but they're playing like they're down. Just making those plays with urgency. Great hustle play by Malachi Smith to keep that basketball alive. Enoch Cheeks with the awareness to cut to the basket and finish for 2.
Hill was hit in the face by Malachi Smith, and he'll be back to the line. Boy, Malachi Smith, he's got his fingerprints all over this basketball game. And his motor, Brooks, it just doesn't stop. We saw it on that last series in just a loose ball, first one to it, and then to have the vision to find a teammate.
That's the key right there. You just hit it on the head. Malachi Smith is one of the better point guards in the country. He just is, and one of the skills that all top point guards share is they're able to see a play or two in advance. So Malachi Smith recognized he was going to get that rebound. He already assumed he was getting the rebound, so he was already thinking about what am I going to do when I get the basketball. So when he secured the rebound, his head was already up looking for a cutting player. He was able to find Enoch Cheeks.
Off the Ball State, they might be a little salty. The points got flipped on the scoreboard. They'll get it situated, but you're down 20, Brooks.
Hey, I ain't mad at
and then you're scoring points. You're saying, wait a second.
I ain't mad at them. Give me my points.
Dayton trying to get it back to 20. Santos lost the handle, and he's able to get it back. Throws to Bennett, corner three. Dayton right now 1 for 10 from distance. Boy, Ball State, can they get a bucket? Maybe some momentum here as we get into the locker room. And Michael Lewis knows the importance of this possession, and he's going to call timeout.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great timeout. Draw something up, try to get a good look, because like you said, there's no 18-point play that they can draw up, but if they can get a basket going into the locker room, right, not only does it kind of keep the wind out of this building, it gives you a little bit of momentum, something to build off of going into the locker room.
Some of the numbers, Ball State shoot 23% from the field, 16% from three, but they are 12 of 14 from the foul line at 85%. Dayton, that exact same number, but it's the Flyers 50% from the field, and mentioned their three-point woes. Brooks, what's impressed you most about this Dayton Flyers squad here in the first 20?
Just how relentless they are, right? We keep talking about the identity of this team, and we think it's going to be defense. Defense is going to carry them through. So just how relentless they are and locked in to the game plan, the rotating, their double teams are on point. Once the double team comes, the backside rotation is there. They're just locked in. I was interested to see how they were going to bounce back after that emotional win against Northwestern. To beat a Big Ten team here at home, the crowd was into it. Were you going to be able to stay locked in against a Ball State team who you know that you're better than? Oh, my goodness.
Answer that. And Jamari Hill with maybe the highlight of the year.
Hey, man, hold on. Hold on, man.
Whoa.
Man, listen. Almost had me cussing on the air. That was, whoa. Listen, that was, we're going to see that for a while.
Climbing the ladder.
Goodness.
And that's a way to go into the break.
That'll do it. That'll definitely turn the momentum quickly.
Dayton long pass. Santos. It's intercepted. Chance here for the Cardinals. BRITTAIN-WATTS. No. So ball set dunk from Jamari Hill. I mean, a highlight, but let's see if that sort of gives the Cardinals a little bit of a boost and starting the second half here and trying to chip away and cut this deficit.
Yeah, this is a huge first possession. It wouldn't seem like it because it's one possession, but it could set the tone for the second half for Ball State. Get a basket here, put together a stop, and now you've got momentum.
Pearson Jr. going glass.
Tough finish.
And now 7 straight for the Cardinals after this was a 41-21 game and 13 points. I mean, the way that this game started, I mean, for Dayton, still very comfortable, but for Ball State, a lot of belief.
Yeah, and honestly, if I'm Ball State and I take care of the basketball, right, if I just take care of the basketball, don't turn it over, Dayton is not shooting well from the outside. A lot of Dayton's points have come off a fast break or just off of turnovers. So Ball State can take care of the basketball, limit the turnovers, then you know you've really got a chance as they get a stop, and we talked about it. Get a bucket, get a stop, build some momentum.
3-second violation call. Here Jones, boy, he had a layup.
Had a layup.
He's made a really nice move. I thought it was going to be jump stop and then to the glass and scoring it off that square, but gave it up, and Dayton able to dodge a bullet.
Yeah, just a little lack of awareness because not only was he at the rim, it was Javon Bennett that was there, the only one in front of him, so easily could have just came to a jump stop and scored over top.
Enoch Cheeks, open look here. Cashes it in.
Yeah, Enoch Cheeks has just continued to play on another level this year. But then let's talk about, of course, who found him, right? The playmaker of this squad, Malachi Smith, getting into the teeth of the defense, getting the defense to rotate and finding the open man.
Jones working on Smith. Gives to Peyton Sparks. Held without a field goal in that first half. Trying to change that here, but he misses from in close. Dayton's done an excellent job on the Ole Mac standout.
Well, even right there, they didn't even double team him, but he just looked uncomfortable because the first half, every single touch that he had, there was a double coming from somewhere. So right there, he got a touch inside. There was no double team, but he looked a little uncomfortable, even shuffled his feet because he was expecting a double team from somewhere.
Jones will go off. Hernandez to come on. Hernandez started his career at Kent State. Found his way to Southern Indiana. Breakout season from last year. Averaged over 17 points, was first team all OVC. And now a 6th year transferring to Ball State. Thought he was going to fire a 3 there, but works out front. BRITTAIN-WATTS will knock one in from distance.
Ball State's not going anywhere. We talked about it. This team is loaded with upperclassmen, guys that have played a lot of games. It's a very old veteran team. They really didn't look like they were panicking in the first half. There was just a little lack of urgency for a minute, but overall, they didn't look like they were going to lay down.
Tough, too.
Tough finish. Malachi Smith with the answer. Getting to the paint, finishing through contact. Easily could have been an and one. Good answer by Smith.
He's perfect from the field, folks. 4 for 4, 11 points, 6 assists. And here, Javon Bennett going to be called on the foul. That's his second.
See Malachi Smith turning the corner, getting downhill, and then he's just a physical finisher as he finishes so well through contact.
Correction. Foul actually on Nate Santos. And his first. And here's another foul on Nate as he was trying to work around that screen.
You can't dislodge. So what Nate is doing, he's getting physical, trying to push through the ball screen. So he tried to not let his man set the ball screen, kind of tried to push him up towards half court. Just got caught, can't do that.
Santos the other night went to the bench with 4 fouls with 9 minutes to play. And Dayton trailing was able to go on a big run and beat Northwestern. Sparks is fouled, and this is against Santos. That'll be his third. No, it's going against Zed Key.
Well, you can see why the game plan was from the very beginning not to allow Sparks to get going. Don't let him bury you deep, because once he gets you too low, he's just a force down there.
Winchester Community High School. Peyton Sparks has been able to play most of his career in front of his hometown, about 20 minutes. Former Golden Falcon going up the road and playing in Muncie, but went to the other side of the state in Bloomington a year ago for the Hoosiers, but happy to be back and wearing the Cardinals colors. And right now he is finding a groove at the foul line.
Well, Flyers, they're keeping him off balance offensively, but they've also done a great job keeping him off the offensive glass. He averages almost 4 offensive rebounds a game.
Javon Bennett trying to work his way around Mickey Pearson Jr. 10 to shoot. Oh, acrobatic too.
That's athletic. Javon Bennett, he's not afraid to go at a defender. Jumps very, very well. He's athletic. Right there, kind of a clutch double pump. Was able to finish with nice touch over the defender.
Listed at 5'10", 160. And that guy's heart is about 7'1", 350. As Hill misses in the mid-range. Here comes Dayton. Santos swing to Bennett. Triple try. Off the mark.
It's a good look. You'll take that.
Dayton now 2 for 13 from downtown. Pearson Jr. lost the handle. He's trying to back in to Malachi Smith on the height advantage. And Santos is found coming the other way by BRITTAIN-WATTS. Malachi Smith, a lot of folks, I see that, Brooks, they feel as if they might have a chance to sort of go into the paint, score one easy, as you see the foul on BRITTAIN-WATTS. But Malachi Smith, this guy holds up against taller offensive players.
Yeah, he plays with a calmness once he gets into the teeth of the defense. A lot of times it's crowded in there, and if you don't have poise, you get in there, you play faster, you get rushed. Not Malachi Smith. He gets into the middle of the paint, slows down. The game really slows down for him, and that's why he typically makes the right play. Tonight, 11 points, 6 assists, still with 0 turnovers.
Hendricks, a good box out off that miss from Enoch Cheeks. Hill going into the paint. He was fouled. And he'll be back shooting 2 when we return. Ball State trying to get back in this one. But Enoch Cheek and the Flyers have other thoughts. But here come the Cardinals.
Picture this. It's perfect out, but you're staying in. Because with the right furniture, this is the perfect way to spend the day. At Value City Furniture, you don't have to picture it. You can experience it.
You got the tickets?
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You find diamonds in the rust. You put your own stamp on stock parts, turning metal into murals, and detailing every detail. Because it's the things you make that show what you're made of. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Mr. Lee.
Hi, Zoe.
How can I help you today?
Do you know if there's a less expensive option for my new Medicare prescription?
Medicare? I might have to see some ID, Mr. Lee. Here, let me check on that for you.
Thank you, Zoe.
Anytime.
Get help with your Medicare prescription right in your neighborhood.
There is no right final to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can you see? Get into your imagination.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun-to-drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
At Morgan Stanley, old school hard work meets bold new thinking. Partnering to unlock new ideas to create.
And the Dayton Flyers by 15 as 3 Flyers in double figures. And you look at Dayton's success here at home. And Brooks, what was your favorite part of playing in front of the Flyer faithful?
Winning. I enjoyed that. So, no, man, there's a basketball IQ here as well with the Flyer fans. They sense when the team needs them, needs the fans. So, you know, when it's kind of dead in here or the other team's on a run or things just aren't going well, a lot of times when these Flyer fans will just stand up, start clapping, just to really try to encourage this team. And when these Flyers are playing well, it gets rocking in here.
That was the case on Saturday. Dayton trailing against Northwestern, and these 13,000 crazy basketball fans were able to push Dayton over the finish line in a thrilling game. Jamari Hill starting to put in work.
He is.
Talking about this game, it was a slow start, but Hill right now, he's got 13 points.
He does, and if they're going to come back, somebody's got to put that ball in the basket. He's comfortable doing that, but they can't trade baskets. A lot of what's going on right now is they get a big stop here on the defensive end. A lot of what's going on right now is Ball State just trading baskets with Dayton. They're going to have to put together some stops so they can start going on some little runs.
Well, that was a great block by Hendricks, as he was able to meet Santos at the rim. Meanwhile, Mickey Pearson Jr. unable to convert. Dayton by Baker's dozen. Amael Latong misses an easy one as Malachi Smith was able to put him in the right spot. I think he got mixed up between the layup and the dunk.
He didn't just try to rush it, just wanted to get it up to the backboard. Now you're 7'1", dunk that basketball.
Hill feeling it, step back. Off the mark, Hendricks, another hustle play. Gives Hernandez a chance here, and he connects.
Ball State is not going anywhere. As you can see, it's a 10-point game. They're veterans. We talked about it. That matters when you're playing on the road against a good team with a big crowd. You got to stay disciplined. Know that Dayton's going to go on their runs, but you got to respond. How do you respond? And right now, they're responding in a big way.
Dayton was up 20. Flyers, Malachi Smith. It's off the mark, and the Cardinals a chance to get it to single digits. Hill right around Latong and finishes finger roll.
We talked about it. Who's that player that's going to carry the load, right? Hill has to be that guy. Right now, this Ball State team feels like they're going to come back.
Anthony Grant calls the timeout. The Cardinals are rolling. We take a break. It's Dayton by 8.
I chose Columbus State because I wanted to advance my career. After years of working as an electrician for other contractors, I learned to run my own business. Now, I'm my own boss, and I'm helping to train the next generation of electricians.
You got the tickets?
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You find diamonds in the rust. You put your own stamp on stock parts, turning metal into murals, and detailing every detail. Because it's the things you make that show what you're made of. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Gail, look at your little boo. What happened?
On the Saturdays.
Okay, you got to be careful, okay?
I know.
And let's get you off your feet. We're going to get your Medicare prescriptions delivered.
Get help with your Medicare prescription right in your neighborhood.
There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can't even see, get into your imagination.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Mmm, savory, juicy, and hold up. It's got Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning? Nice. Crispy.
Worked their way back in this game, a 7-0 run. And for Hill, that electric dunk to close out the half. It was a three-point play. It forced the deficit to 15. But Brooks, it seems like since that play, things have changed. And Hill is the leading part to it.
Yeah, he's a big part, but also what's happening is they stopped turning the basketball over. They only have 2 turnovers this half, and they made a couple shots. 2 for 2 from the three-point line, taking care of the basketball, getting stops. That's a recipe for a comeback.
Jacob Connor turns it over. Hernandez the steal. Well, our star players of the game brought to you by Dayton Children's Hospital. It was Enoch Cheeks and Jermari Hill, both of them leading this game with 15 points. BRITTAIN-WATTS, a three-pointer. Oh, missed it. And Zedke, that's a good look, though, Brooks.
Yeah, Dayton caught a break there. Nice late contest, but that was a decent look. Just couldn't get to the fall.
No, the Dayton Flyers, they need a bucket. They have not scored in over 3 minutes. Zedke, who got off to such a great start, has been not in this game. Dayton trying to get him involved and missing. Hill back the other way, and good contest by Enoch Cheeks. Santos can he end the drought right to the rim, and he was fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Sometimes somebody just has to go make a play. All the momentum is with Ball State right now. Santos, he felt that. Came down, a nice little crossover, got to the basket, attacked the rim. Like anything you got to do to stop momentum. One way to stop momentum, get to the free throw line.
Nate Santos, was tough shooting night to start the season against St. Francis, but he found his form against Northwestern, and boy, he has found a home here at Dayton.
He has, and last year, Flyer fans saw what Nate Santos could bring to the table. He has an elite shooting ability, strong finish as well, but people need to remember he's still working his way back into form. He missed almost the entire offseason dealing with the surgery and the recovery and rehab with that. He's still playing his way back into a rhythm. he'll eventually pick it up on the offensive end.
Well, he gets much-needed free throws there. The foul on Hendricks, he goes off. Peyton Sparks comes on. Same with Wansi Garcito here with the basketball. But Brooks, you bring up a great point because I don't think a lot of people know that as Hernandez fouled and he makes the bucket. Boy, Hernandez slow to get up. Looks like he's okay, but a huge and one. And Ball State continues to just put some pressure on this Dayton team. And a lot of it coming from Hernandez offensively.
Well, that's a welcome sight for Ball State because Hill was carrying the individual load. Who was going to be somebody else to step up, kind of assist him in this comeback?
That's a big foul. Zed Key goes to the bench. That's his 4th foul. So after just a terrific start to this game, he is going to have to take a seat. But here is Santos, a hip surgery, and there were some questions of whether he would be back for the start of the season, and you got to give him a lot of credit for putting in the work and not only getting back to start the year, but also getting into it with a full lineup of practices.
Yeah, and that's the key. I mean, chemistry is important, and you get that in practice, but you also get in the games. But he missed a lot, so the guys are still working out the chemistry. He's still working himself back into shape. Those things matter when you're trying to be as productive as he was last year.
Jack, boy, Haj Alexander's slippery. He just gets in there and finds Isaac Jack. This is a really important deflection.
Just left it was good vision, just left it behind him a little bit as Isaac Jack was cutting to the basket. But right now, what you can see is how important Malachi Smith is to this team. With him on the bench, you can kind of just feel that's a strong drive by Santos, but you can kind of just feel that things are a little off. Right, when Malachi is on the court, he just kind of controls everything for this Flyers team. And that's something that they're going to have to look for as the team continues to grow. Who is the second leader? Who is kind of the captain when Malachi Smith has to go to the bench? They're expecting it to be Posh Alexander. Yeah, Enoch Cheeks, he's a dynamic scorer. But who kind of can run the show at that point position when the ball's not in Malachi's hands?
Well, Nate Santos right now trying to take over. As Dayton still, he's kind of what we saw in that first half of Ball State. They didn't have a field goal, but they were getting to the foul line. And Santos here has been able to deliver from the stripe. I'm 2 for 2. I had to apologize to Hill in the first half. Second half is Nate Santos. 9-point lead. Dayton going to his zone. And I think the Cardinals are a bit confused by it. Hill, good penetration, left it for Sparks. Threw it away. Cheeks on the steal. He got it back, and he's at the rim.
Right there, plays like that is what helped Dayton build that first half lead. Turn them over on one end and then get out in transition and get something easy on the other end.
Cheeks puts this in a double-digit game again. Pearson Jr. had a rip by Santos. Who did he touch last? It's going to be Ball State basketball when we come back. Things getting interesting here in the Gem City. Enoch Cheeks still delivering 17 points, and the Flyers by 11.
One great idea can change your life.
Fridays, it's an all-new Shark Tank with guest shark Todd Graves, founder of Raising Cane's.
I love that entrepreneurial drive, and I live it every day.
Shark Tank, Fridays on ABC and stream on Hulu.
You got the tickets?
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Mr. Lee.
Hi, Zoe.
How can I help you today?
Do you know if there's a less expensive option for my new Medicare prescription?
Medicare? I might have to see some ID, Mr. Lee. Here, let me check on that for you.
Thank you, Zoe.
Anytime.
Get help with your Medicare prescription right in your neighborhood.
There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can't even see into your imagination.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Savory, juicy, and hold up. It's got Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning? Nice. Crispy, zesty, ranchy perfection. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor.
At Morgan Stanley, old school hard work meets bold new thinking. To help you see untapped possibilities and relentlessly work with you to make them real.
I don't know why they call him fat, but what I know is that he is fast and he's explosive. And Brooks, he's trying to get the Cardinals back in this game.
Yeah, he's put this Cardinals team on his back. Started off a little bit slow, but he stuck to it, started getting to the free throw line. And sometimes as a scorer, that's all you need. See that? You just need to see the ball go through the hoop any way you can. Sometimes get to the free throw line to get you rolling. Now his confidence is through the roof. Flyers are having a hard time containing him.
Well, he's adjusted well to the Division I level. Mentioned his success, junior college, and 17 points in his first game, 17 in his second, and he's just a bucket away. We'll see if he gets 17 here. He does, and he's looking for 18 at the line.
Now listen, we talked about it. We called him a bucket in the pregame, and that's what he does. He gets buckets. Now, anytime you have a scorer that's comfortable and confident, your hands are going to be full. You see him getting downhill right now. Tough, under control finish over Isaac Jack with a chance to cut this lead to 8.
Top scorer in our game at 18 points, 8 of 10 from the stripe. It is the junior out of Alabama. Zedke again on the bench for Dayton with 4 fouls. And the Flyers had a 15-point lead at halftime, looking at just an 8-point advantage. And Dayton will look towards Posh Alexander, and what was a baseline jumper that just won't fall. Can Ball State inch closer? Cardinals with all the momentum.
Safe to say we know who's going to have the basketball in his hands. You see Hill with the ball trying to make something happen.
Pearson Jr. Handoff. Joey Hart. Gorcito. Cross-court pass. 3 on the clock. 3 for Pearson Jr. and he banked it in.
When things are going your way, the glass is open. So listen, Ball State right now has cut this lead to 5. Dayton needs they're desperate for a response right now. Not able to put the basketball through the hole other than at the free throw line. Not getting calls right now. Ball State has all the momentum.
That's a big offensive rebound, though, by Isaac Jack. And Santos missing from in close. A lot of contact, but we play on. Here is Santos with 10 to shoot. Back to the bucket, and he was fouled. As it's going to be Pearson Jr.
Give Santos credit. Now, he knows that his team is in need of some offense. Several last possessions, he's been the one to kind of just put his head down and try to make something happen. He's gotten to the free throw line 3 times over the last few minutes. Wasn't able to convert both of them last time, but his team needs both of these now.
A few minutes ago, you talked about Ball State getting back into this game, and it comes from taking care of the basketball. They have been able to limit turnovers. For Dayton, Brooks, what's changed for the Flyers?
Well, they just got out of the flow. So, again, what's going to make this Dayton team effective and being able to play to their strengths is going to be turning teams over, being able to speed the game up and play fast. When the game slows down, it becomes more of a half-court game. They lose their dynamic ability. This team is dynamic in transition and getting up and down. They haven't been able to cause turnovers like we talked about as they were able to in the first half. That's been the biggest difference in the second half.
Hernandez had it knocked away. There's Isaac Jack on the deflection. Here's Enoch Cheeks to return. There's Michael Lewis. He's got to love the fight of his basketball team. Down 20 on the road. They have been able to bounce back and in a big way. And chance to make it a one-possession game on this trip.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the response has been incredible. And we talked about, we're looking at, the stats right now. They had 10 first-half turnovers. Only 3 through 10 minutes of the second half.
Off the miss. Dayton's going to get an easy one.
There it is.
Jacob Connor. That was really good vision.
Yes.
Not only does he get the rebound, but he quickly gets it ahead.
Yeah, and we just talked about it a couple minutes ago. That's where Dayton is dangerous. Playing fast. Get out in transition. Push the pace and the tempo. Get what you want in transition. Finish the basket. Get easy looks.
Pearson Jr. unable to convert there. Dayton trying to speed up the tempo. Malachi Smith gives it to Isaac Jack, and he's at the rim.
Again, there's two things that makes Dayton effective: playing fast and having the basketball in Malachi Smith's hands and letting him do something.
So Dayton, after that lead was cut to 5, they've got the last 2 field goals and bounce it back up to 9. And Bill Brooks, if there's one way to describe it, it's just pace.
It is. It's pace, and it's also patience. So once you get into the teeth of the defense, then making the right plays. Ball State has really struggled to guard Dayton in the screen and roll action. Sometimes it's simplifying things. You find out what teams are struggling to guard. Sometimes it's simplifying it and going back to that is effective as well. So look for Dayton to continue to put Ball State in some pick and roll action because they haven't guarded it well all night.
The upcoming schedule is brought to you by Miami Valley Honda Dealers, as Dayton will be taking on Capital here for Saturday, and then that trip to Maui, Brooks. You see North Carolina, but what you don't see is the other teams in that tournament. It is going to be wild.
Brutal, but it's also exactly what you want. Those are win-win scenarios, opportunities to build your resume, but if you happen to fall short, doesn't hurt you at all. Those are the kind of games you want on your schedule.
TJ Birch, freshman, going to the hole.
Tough.
That is an excellent move. He was so efficient in their last game. As Birch, 5 of 6 from the field and 13 points. And there he was able to explode to the hoop. A whistle and a foul here on the other end.
Well, and that was just one of the rare defensive breakdowns. They kind of ran a weak side pick and roll to the baseline side, and there was no weak side help waiting as he got to the basket.
That foul against Hill, that's his 3rd. So that's definitely something to watch as we come home.
Well, something else to watch. Both teams will now be shooting free throws the rest of the way on each foul. Being able to guard without fouling and walking teams to the free throw line, that's going to be part of this result.
Good defense there by Hendricks. Dayton is trying to get another easy one at the cup. Malachi Smith is a tough cover, and that pick and roll action. Here he'll inbound. Connor working his way to the basket. He lost it, but Isaac Jack's there.
Sometimes, man, a little bit of luck, right? Connor attacked the basket aggressively. Ball came loose, fell right into the hands of Isaac Jack, who was able to finish for an easy 2.
Cardinals, Flyers, trading buckets. Birch. I'll give to the 6th year and Hendricks. All 6 at Ball State. Pearson Jr. Stop, pop. Off the mark.
It's excellent defense by Connor. Cut him off to the baseline side, 6'10". So use this link, cut him off baseline, and then use that link to contest the shot. Very good defensive possession for Jacob Connor.
Well, this is freshman basketball, right? Like, you have learning moments. TJ Birch, he's going to find out. Dayton's in the bonus. He wants to stop the transition, which I can understand, but Dayton a chance here to convert at the line. Now for Birch, he's probably hearing a little something from his coach, but if Malachi Smith misses this one.
Yeah, and you're right. He wanted to stop the basketball, but you shouldn't tackle the guy to do it. Right? Probably an easier way, just you slide your feet, cut him off. And we just talked about it a minute ago. Smart basketball is going to have a lot to do with the outcome of this game. Not a smart foul right there, walking Malachi Smith to the line for no real reason.
Smith tonight inching close to a double-double. As he's got 13 points to go along with 7 assists, 5 rebounds.
What's the important stat on top of that?
Turnovers.
0.
And he doesn't have one. Hill, guarded by Cheeks. What a great one-on-one matchup. He'll give it up to Pearson Jr. Covered by Connor. 10 to shoot here for this group from Muncie. TJ Birch. Oh, just would not go down. That was an excellent move. Malachi Smith finds Posh Alexander. Dayton has struggled from three. Boy, that's lights out defense by Enoch Cheeks. Pearson Jr. unable to convert. Cheeks got it back and one.
Just great defensive possession. Transition defense was on point. Get the rebound, push out, and then another athletic, tough contested finish at the rim for Enoch Cheeks.
Enoch Cheeks, a new career high at Dayton. He's balling out on a Wednesday night. It's the Flyers by 13.
You got the tickets?
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Gail, look at your little boo. What happened?
Other Saturdays.
Okay, you gotta be careful, okay?
I know.
Hey, let's get you off your feet. We're gonna get your Medicare prescriptions delivered.
Get help with your Medicare prescription right in your neighborhood.
There is no right final to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can't even see, get into your imagination.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Hey man, ever since you tried Zesty Hidden Valley Ranch, I feel like you've been a bigger fan of that. And the closers.
How could you say that? What?
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only serves my flavor.
It's big, it's back, and it's only $6. Get the big box y'all love today. And this holiday season, you can order a Cajun-style turkey at your local Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
At Morgan Stanley, old school hard work meets bold new thinking. To help you see untapped possibilities and relentlessly work with you to make them real.
He's been through a lot.
We'll get there. It's okay. You're safe here. Come on.
Dayton, a 13-point lead. Ball State, though, they were able to work this game to 5, Brooks. And it's been sort of the tale of two halves. Cardinals a lot better here in the second half, but in just the last minute or two, Dayton's been able to sort of climb their way back.
Yeah, give both teams credit. Obviously, you want to give credit to Ball State for the comeback, being down 20, chipping away to finally get it to 5. But then what about the response by the Flyers in the last minute? A 6-0 run to get this lead back up to 13. So both teams are just throwing haymakers, trying to knock the other one out. Dayton with the big response, and then you have Enoch Cheeks, who is just, again, continues to elevate his game. Going to the line right now to finish the end of a three-point play.
His career high at Dayton is 16 points. He's had it a couple of times. But at 19 right now, a new career high in that Dayton jersey. But a lot of folks, they forget, at Robert Morris, where he played his first 2 seasons, he was a scorer. His career high for his career, you got to go back to 2022 against Purdue-Fort Wayne, where he had 24. But Dayton expected to see some scoring from number 6, and they're getting it here early in the season.
They are, and again, it's not just the scoring. You know, he's sitting at 20 points and 9 rebounds, but again, talk about his elite-level defense, 3 steals. I mean, he just does it on both ends.
Big 3 here, and Cardinals unable to knock it in with Jones, but they get the ball back, and here's Hill. It rolls off. Hendricks going to be called on offensive goaltending, and Michael Lewis is not happy about it.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of frustration setting in. He knew that his team was right in striking distance, cutting it to 5. In the blink of an eye, this lead is back up to 14, and they're not getting breaks, so he's just showing a little bit of frustration.
Coach Lewis, though, I think he's got to love his team's response, as you know, they didn't have a field goal in the first 11 minutes of this game. It's Malachi Smith back to work. Finds Isaac Jack, and Jones got crossed up. Hey, Malachi Smith, this guy is playing at such a high level. Even in that pass, you're thinking that's wild, but it still was able to find Jack, and he's at the line.
Well, sometimes you need your teammates to bail you out because it actually wasn't a great decision. There was a defender there, but Jack made an aggressive play on the basketball. And that's what helps. So it's all about, sometimes it's about the passer, but a lot of times it's also about the receiving the pass. And Jack did a good job pursuing the basketball.
Isaac Jack was so good in backing up Deron Holmes a year ago and missing the first 2 games this season. Great to see 13 out there, British Columbia. And this guy, he just gives you good minutes, Brooks.
Yeah, good solid minutes. A good post defender. Typically finishes fairly well around the rim. Doesn't make a ton of mistakes. Just a reliable backup. Exactly what this team needs.
Well, and especially tonight, in Zed Key in foul trouble with 4 fouls. Here's Birch, tough shot. And a double-double now for Enoch Cheeks, as that's his 10th board. Bennett. Smith inside to Jack. Isaac working on Hendricks. Oh, nice move.
That's a great move. Well, what I love about it was his footwork. Nice baseline drop step. The original lane wasn't there, but he used his pivot, stepped through, finished on the other end. Great footwork.
Those are 2 Canadians going at it. As Hill back at the rim, and he's got a new career high. As Jamari Hill now with 20. Isaac Jack and Ben Hendricks, both former hockey players. And right now, Isaac Jack's on the power play.
He is, but we talked about it, a few minutes ago. Sometimes basketball is simple. Ball State has struggled all night guarding the screen and roll. So just simplify it. Just put Malachi Smith in some ball action, some ball screen action. Let him make the right play out of it.
That's a career high for Isaac Jack. He's in double figures with 11. Oh, that's crafty from Hill.
Yeah, he's getting wherever he wants, and where he wants to get to is at the rim. And he's getting there consistently. Coach Grant can't be happy with how easily he's getting to the basket with no help side. Too many straight line drives getting to the basket, especially when one of your strengths is supposed to be your perimeter defense.
Well, later on, we'll have the drive of the game, but we got a lot of tough plays to choose from. Cheeks with 7 to shoot. He'll line one up. Unable to get that roll. Rebound to Hill. Ball State, can they find another run and get back in this game? Still time.
There's time, but not a lot of it. This is about the point where you want to start chipping away at that lead to get it within striking distance. Right?
That helps.
Right on cue. That's a big basket right there.
Ethan BRITTAIN-WATTS, his second 3 of the game. He's 2 for 4 from downtown. 10 points, the second Cardinal in double figures. Malachi Smith going to try and match him.
That's one of those shots that you don't love.
The no, yes.
Yeah, man, that's a risky shot, but he got it to fall.
Smith with 16 points. Hill, he was fouled on a 3, and he'll have the free throws when we return. So some offense coming down the stretch. Malachi Smith, stat stuff, and not Dayton with the lead.
Picture this. It's perfect out, but you're staying in. Because with the right furniture, this is the perfect way to spend the day. At Value City Furniture, you don't have to picture it. You can experience it.
You got the tickets?
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. This isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You find diamonds in the rust to put your own stamp on stock parts, turning metal into murals and detailing every detail. Because it's the things you make that show what you're made of. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Mr. Lee.
Hi, Zoe.
How can I help you today?
Do you know if there's a less expensive option for my new Medicare prescription?
Medicare? I might have to see some ID, Mr. Lee. Here, let me check on that for you.
Thank you, Zoe.
Anytime.
Get help with your Medicare prescription right in your neighborhood.
There is no life I know to compare with your imagination. Take a look, can you see? Get into your imagination.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's big, it's back, and it's only $6. Get the big box y'all love today. And this
is Jamari Hill leading all scorers, but Enoch Cheeks a double-double. And one thing that's interesting, Brooks, as we look there, is that Key hasn't played much in the second half because of foul trouble.
Yeah, and with that stat line is impressive. He was on his way to a monster game, and unfortunately, foul trouble kind of derailed that, but he's only played 13 minutes, and in those 13 minutes was able to pick up 12 points, 4 rebounds as well. And then Malachi Smith, like you said, it's a stat stuffer, 9 assists, and of course he still doesn't have any turnovers. He just really controls this team.
Well, Key is back in. There's 4 fouls. He's got to be careful coming home, but I'm sure for Anthony Grant, he's thrilled to get him back in this game up 15 because it was a 5-point contest at one point. Ball State brought some heat, and that's thanks to this man right here, Jamari Hill, who's having sort of a coming out party. I mean, he's their leading scorer, 17 points in the first 2 games, but I think he's also getting adjusted to the college game and coming from the JUCO ranks, and he found his form late in that first half, and he's been really good here in the second.
Well, that ESPN top 10 dunk will get anybody going. So, and he definitely carried that into the second half. And what's dangerous about him, Hill really isn't, there's not a lot of action that Ball State's really running to get him shots. He just kind of ISOs you every now and then. There's a ball screen, but really it's just one-on-one, and he just gets to the basket, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Dayton up by a dozen. Malachi Smith thought maybe that was going to be his first turnover. Not the case, as Dayton will retain possession. Hendricks going to return. Been a tough night for Peyton Sparks. Just hasn't really been able to find his groove. He dealt with some cramping against Georgia State. Missed the last 10 minutes. Here it's just been Dayton and double teams. Inbounds. Said Key had a strip. Bennett getting to the cup. High off the glass, no, but another extra possession here for the Flyers.
Well, and Enoch Cheeks will get the rebound in terms of stats, but Zed Key kept that alive. Just his activity on the glass as he always does.
Dayton, though, unable to cash in. His Cheeks off the back rim. Hill, can he get this to 10, maybe 9? He'll kick out. Pearson Jr., a triple.
Big shot, and you wanted to get this under 10. If you're Ball State, you wanted to get it under 10 by the 3-minute mark. Right there, right on cue, he was able to knock down that corner 3, give his team a fighting chance.
Malachi Smith, pick and roll. He'll find Cheeks, lines one up. Money.
Enoch Cheeks, he's just a tough cover. First of all, Dayton in that pick and roll action. Ball State just, again, struggled all night to guard it. They're not rotating out of it. Enoch Cheeks finding the open area at the top of the key, just caught in rhythm, great pass, was able to knock it down.
Can Ball State answer? They can.
Wow.
It's Ethan BRITTAIN-WATTS, and the Cardinals say we're not done yet.
They won't go away. That's kind of been the theme of the game for the Cardinals. They're not going to quit.
Malachi Smith now with a double-double, as he's got 10 assists. Hernandez comes flying in, knocks that pass away. Smith was looking for assist number 11 on the alley-oop try. 9-point game. Pearson Jr. working baseline. Threw it away. excellent defense. And Malachi Smith gets the steal.
Well, and more importantly, he got it back because he was the one that turned it over on the previous possession. So didn't hang his head, wasn't feeling sorry for himself, just came down and made a play on the other end.
Dayton, clock on their side. Cheeks looks in. Zed Key fouled by Hendricks. And it's double bonus time for the Dayton Flyers.
It is, and that's just Zed Key. We talk about it every game with him. He's just such an aggressive post player. He gets wide, his base is so wide, and he just buries you, just so physical. He just picks up fouls just on the post-up alone multiple times every game.
The man in the mask. He doesn't want to play with that, but he's got to. He got bumped in the nose when looking back to a trip back home in Bayshore, New York. We got a timeout here as the Cardinals talking things over.
You know, let's talk about kind of the depth of this Flyer team and what's going to make them so dangerous moving forward. You know, they have 4 or 5 guys. They have 5 guys that average in double figures. That's tough to game plan against. You know, when you got 1 or 2 guys that are scoring the majority of the points or carrying up most of the offensive load, it's a little easier to scout and game plan for. But like even tonight, you've got 4 guys sitting from 11 points to 23 points. How do you game plan for that when multiple guys can beat you on the offensive end?
Well, and trying to prepare for Dayton, Michael Lewis and Ball State, they don't even maybe necessarily think Isaac Jack's in the fold, and then he comes off the bench and he gets Dayton 11 points. So, you know, for Anthony Grant's group, he's going to be able to go to that bench this year.
He is, and then you know, to take it a step further, you have Nate Santos, who selected preseason first-team All-League, who has 4 points. I mean, pretty soon he's going to get it rolling, and he's going to be more of a contributor on the offensive end. Just a deep Dayton team this year.
Key misses for the first time from the line tonight, 5 of 6. The Ohio State grad transfer, Pearson Jr. able to throw in the corner. Brittain-Watt from that same spot, same result. He's had a nice game. He's got 16 points and just 7-point contest. Kind of surprised that Ball State's not fouling.
Yeah, you got to foul. It's a 3-possession game. You can't let Dayton take 30-some seconds off the shot clock. Interesting strategy.
Malachi Smith working with Key here. Stopped at the foul line. Just 7 to shoot for Santos. 3-pointer off the front rim. Enoch Cheeks got it. Oh, that is a backbreaker for Ball State.
Looks like they're just going to let this one play out. Or foul with 20 seconds left. I'm not sure what the game plan was or the strategy. Letting Dayton play down 3 possessions under 50 seconds. But either way, that's not going to take away from the fight that Ball State showed tonight. Right? I mean, this game, down 20, easily could have gotten much more out of hand. But they just stayed poised. They didn't panic, and they were able to make this a tight ball game.
Malachi Smith missing from the line. Flyers tonight, 20-28 from the stripe. Well, Ball State's going to hopefully carry this into the weekend as they get their next 2 games at home. Northern Arena for a Hoosier showdown. Indiana State will be coming to Muncie Saturday at 2. Hill had it sent away. Ball State wanted goaltending, but looks like Dayton's moving into the winner's circle. They were up 20. Ball State got it to 5, but Anthony Grant's group able to take care of business here at home.
And at the end of the day, that's what it's about, especially early in the